Welcome back there, Supercoach Masters. I am Geordie.
And I am Matt Zeebs, and today we are going to talk to you about some Supercoach, some football, and some Essendon football clubs.
And Essendon Football Club Bombers.
Fuck, what a boring subject. No, they're all right.
I reckon they got a lot of good free
They got some good things to talk about.
I like them. New coach.
Yeah.
New roles, potentially.
New roles, so I've got some goss, obviously, we know
that you're
we're
doing some stuff
very
with some Bomber players.
very heavily involved in the Essendon football
drug
club.
scandal.
That wasn't me.
Sorry, guys. I know. Okay, you give us all this intel, then we just bag you out, but that's what we do.
That's what we do. No, the Bombers are tracking really well in the pre-season. Couple of flyers. Had some interesting reports. Darcy Parish has had an interrupted pre-season.
I know.
And I said to my source, who is killing it in the midfield? And the results will surprise you.
It won't surprise me because I already know, but these guys will be surprised because these are names that I never want to bring up on a podcast.
So I said, who's going to be starting? Who's training or going?
Let's get to that a bit later. They're going to want to know.
I've already said it, so I'm going to talk about it now.
But we got
Cardwell, Setterfield.
So the people that
Merritt and Shield have just been firing together. They have not left each other's side. They've just been, and I even asked, where's Parish? He's just been sitting on the side. He's been joining in here and there. But anyway, Setterfield, as a point of difference.
Speaking of Setterfield, he was one of the inclusions on the off-season.
That's right.
So
Setterfield,
the biggest fish Essendon got was Setterfield?
Reject from Carlton. Rejected from Carlton. Essendon picked him up. He's training, and the thing is, Setterfield was probably the shortest out of those big-bodied midfielders in Carlton, because when you got those big Crippses at 191 and you got those big Hewitts that are bulging, and Matt Kennedy to a point is so...
Oh, we didn't even talk about Matt Kennedy.
So all these midfielders, that poor little scrawny Setterfield as well, he comes into Essendon and he's the biggest midfielder frame out of all of them.
That's disgusting.
Because you think about it, Merritt's little...
This is why they haven't won a final in over 6
This is why Merritt's little, Darcy's little, you got Shield, who's just a little, he's little, but he's stocky. And then you got Jai, and now you got Setterfield, and he's pretty much, the big gun show at Essendon. It's laughable, but it's the truth.
Stupid.
Setterfield,
I feel fucking dumber.
Setterfield will be starting midfield role, not wing, starting midfield role.
All right, so who else did they get in the off-season? They got rid of their, that guy, Francis.
Yeah, so Francis went to Sydney. We still haven't heard anything from him. We're hoping, who knows, maybe 10 more episodes when we get to Sydney, hopefully something will come out of him. So I don't think there was anything lost there.
Did they get anything? They got that, their number one pick, Tatsis.
I love him, but unfortunately he's out for the injury.
Injured. He would be...
Davey is another one pick that they got in. Both the Davey brothers. Alwyn, one of them's looking really good and the other one is not even getting a game because he's on the long-term injury list now. So,
and you still stick by... Actually, we'll get to that. And they've got a structure for a fucking recent champ. Now, let's talk about the best Premo.
Best Premo. You tell me who you think yours one is.
Jackson Merritt. Jackson Merritt? Zach Merritt. I remember Jackson Merritt.
Jackson Merritt, wasn't he like a Brisbane player?
No. He was played for Essendon.
That was Roger Merritt. No, there was Jack Merritt. Jackson Merritt. Zach Merritt's brother. Right.
And he got delisted because he wasn't as good as Zach during the whole... Anyway, Zach Merritt is my best premium for Essendon.
Zach Merritt is my best premium from Essendon. There's no...
He's actually been in and out of my team at various stages.
I can't believe he's still only in 3% of teams. That's just fucking unbelievable.
Because we've said it before, he's a second half of the season kind of player, but seeing Essendon's run early...
He's playing Hawthorn round one. That is a vice captain.
I love it when teams play Hawthorn.
That's a vice captain.
How can he not score 150?
He will. Who's going to stop him? What? Newcomb? Who?
Dukes,
Nukes. Carly runs. Who else can stop him?
I'm sure anyone can do a tag roll. Let's tag the whole team and it'll be like a 50-20 game.
It's just going to be a blowout. I think Bombers are going to absolutely thrash
Bombers, first on the ladder after round one.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
So Merritt is definitely going to help out.
I love Zach Merritt. I think that's the pure... Then he's got Gold Coast round 2, I think.
Something like that.
Oh, that is a tasty amid ball.
Yeah, no.
Zach Merritt. Obviously, Parish is on the sidelines, as our sources have told us. And
not on the sidelines. He's not injured or anything. It's interrupted. So whether he had gastro or he had a little cough or a headache and he couldn't miss some trainings, it's just been ongoing here and there. But Guys,
the
I'm just saying,
stuff.
the people that haven't, well, they haven't got a real haul anyway. The people that have not missed a beat is obviously Shield, Codwell, Setterfield, and Merritt. And they're just firing.
With that midfield mix, how can they're just unstoppable?
They're unstoppable.
No, look, if that's their midfield mix, which I don't know.
They've got kind of like 2 taggers and 2 ball winners.
I feel like
Harris is in there, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying.
Are they playing stringer forward? Are they more sold on him forward? Yeah. Especially with Wright's
they didn't get Setterfield for nothing. And
they did get him for nothing.
They got him for nothing, but they're not playing. They've got a role for him, and it is in the midfield.
He must be fucking stoked. That's
Codwell has just been.
Codwell's good.
Just running. He's just going to be. He's going to be like a number 1 tagger. Oh, cool. Tagger.
Yeah.
So that thank God Tom Mitchell's not playing for Hawthorn round 1 because he would.
Cordwell would tag him. So you're Cordwell going to tag Newcombe or Warple?
Probably. I know. He's probably going to be on the bench.
Oh no.
They're not going to need him.
Now, I'm really curious to hear your breakout because I reckon I really like my breakout, but you probably don't. So, actually, you like this breakout.
Well, I had a big question marks about my breakout.
I like this one quite confidently. It's my breakout. I've got 2 breakouts.
I had a thought.
I've got 3 breakouts.
Well, there you keep on going. Well, Nick Martin has also been killing it. I think Nick Martin is going to have.
He's one of my breakouts.
He's going to. Well, I think he kind of did break out because he's already. What's he priced?
He's 400 and something.
436,000. So he averaged 79.
That's his first year. He can. If that's his first year, imagine what he can do in.
And he was killing it in the preseason game too in the in the club sim. Look, we mentioned it in our ruck video a while back, which is Draper. He's another one of my breakouts.
He's one of my other breakouts too.
So
you're almost there. You can name all 3 of them.
Like. With Draper...
If Draper, this is your year. You need to break out.
You have to.
Like, if you're not going to break out now, you're going to be averaging 78 in Supercoach the rest of your fucking career.
Well, he's averaged 72 for 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
So it's time to step up, Draper. You can't be getting those crappy, awkward scores that give you that awkward price. And you know what?
1 goal of the year, mate, and that's all you're good for.
You are in 8% 0.2 pick teams. You are going to upset a lot of players if you keep on getting those 72s.
Oh, imagine you're picking Draper
like this is
and he gets 72. Like... I mean, he's going to be playing against Meek. I'd rather Meek, but...
Fuck. Like, come on, mate. 72s is enough.
I mean, he's got a lot of talent. You can see he covers a lot of ground. He takes a lot of big marks. He's got a lot of, like... He's quick off his feet for, for a ruckman. That's
it's got potential.
A lot of abilities that people are seeing.
It's just time to break out. It's like, I don't see much else. Besides Nick Martin, Draper. Who else? Did you say you had a third one, George?
Yes.
Tell me.
Hobbs. We talk about him in our breakout, yeah. So Hobbsy, great every time they played him in the midfield but you don't say he's playing midfield with the boys.
I heard some good things about Archie Perkins too, by the way.
In the midfield?
Yeah. Archie Perkins is one to watch there. He's been impressing some people.
Perko. How much does Perko cost?
Perko, same as Hobbs, just a bit more cheaper than Hobbs in the forward line. So Archie Perkins.
So Bombs have a lot of I want to say X Factor, but have a lot of
they have a lot of upcoming
variables that a lot of people that could break out, which could push them a lot higher. Especially because Essendon, I think, have one of the easiest draws I've seen. Because I've done my ladder prediction, I'm like, oh, that should be this team, that should be that team.
Yep. But no, like with well, yeah, they got a lot of young good players in the second, third years that are on the top end of the ranks as far as draft picks, and for a reason.
Yep.
But Archie Perkins. Ben Hobbs, second and third years, they should do something really special this year. Draper again, if you don't pick up this year, when are you going to pick up, mate? It's time.
It's kind of like
I know a lot of people do say, "Oh, I'll give them a break." Because Ruckman usually peak around the 27, 28, 29, and go from there. As you can see with Dane Cox and Sanderlands was still popping out.
Big sexy Sandy.
105s when he was 37 years old. Anyway, that's they're my breakouts. Jules, I think we're kind of on the same track.
Yeah, I think with the Essendon's run and all these kind of younger players they have,
time to put a stamp.
I think they got a really good shot of improving their ladder positioning, and depends what the new coach wants to do with some of these key position players and where they want to play him. I've got an interesting rookie. He's not a rookie, but he's rookie priced.
Who's that?
Nick Cox.
Oh, yeah. No.
So he had that year, whatever he done last year was not good. He was injured for most of it, I believe. But this first year, he was really, really good. He's less than 200K as a midfielder. He's got a lot of potential, this guy. Like, he's one that could also break out.
He's on the fringe.
He's definitely in their best team. But, he has an enormous amount of talent. I remember that game when he was just first year in the draft. I don't know if you remember or you watched it, but he was doing really good things for a big man.
See, I know, I get it. I think why I say he's on the fringe is because they have, Essendon I'm talking about, have brought in a few players that they are going to be playing. Like that Tipper Woody, he's going to be coming back in apparently. He used to have a hamburger gut, now he's trimmed down a lot. No, he did, and he knows it.
He knows it, he's looking himself
right
now.
He knows it. Yeah, put the KFC down.
KFC.
But Tipper, he's lost a little bit of weight and he's looking lean and fit and running hard and probably doing a little bit of match. The Owen Davey as well, like...
You stick by that, him going to get a game round 1?
He's ahead of Tipper Woody.
Yeah, I don't dispute that.
He's ahead of Tipper Woody. And then you've got, obviously, Setterfield. And Setterfield, under wraps, no one's really spoken about him. People forget that he actually went to Carlton, but no, came from Carlton, went to Essendon. But I just think there's a few players that they've recruited that are going to slot straight in. So players like Cox. It's exciting time.
Are they going to take a while to gel to the new coach's game plan?
Well, no, because the new coach is telling them this is the game plan. They have to, you know what I mean? So the coach is picking what he likes, and this is what he likes. This is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, but the game plan.
The game plan obviously is going to change. It's a new coach.
But doesn't that usually take teams a while to kind of get used to?
No, look at fucking what Collingwood did. We got a new coach last year.
We won every game by like a couple of points.
We could have. Anyway,
Bombers. I actually really like Bombers this year.
I kind of think they've got a lot. They've got a lot of ingredients, and
they can make a really nice, tasty apple pie if they put it all together.
Yeah, they could.
I'm pretty really hungry.
I want an apple pie.
I want a KFC Zinger burger.
Let's do something. All right. So back to that.
Back to Supercoach.
So that's your rookie. So who's your rookies?
I got Nick Cox. I knew you would say Alvin Davey.
So obviously I was going to say Davey, and then you got Tatsis, who I really love. That unfortunately he's injured. And he would have been a must-get if he stayed on the park.
Do you know Dylan Shields' last 5 games in Supercoach were fucking gigantic? Like, he was actually one of the top, not for any particular reason, just because if he's entering a new vein of form going into the season, not one to get in Supercoach, but it could be one to just look for the Bombers to come up as a team. Dylan Shields.
Really up there? All right.
Sorry if I can get the stats up for you, but...
they've got a lot of young players, even like Laverde and Guelphy, like they've just been training the house down type thing, so...
Laverde.
They've got those nice 20 to 22-year-olds that are just ready to break out. So as far as breakouts, they've got probably the most potential to break out. We just need to be seen.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, moving forward, don't touch champ. Who's your don't touch for Essendon?
You go first.
Stupid old Captain Dyson Heppel.
Yep, I got him too.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Say exactly.
I got another one as well as Heppel.
Who's the other one?
Stringer.
Stringer's looking pretty fit. But no one's going to touch him. But
no one's going to touch the package.
But see, the thing is, Heppel... I remember when I got Heppel last...
I saw some best 22 teams and Heppel wasn't even in them.
Shut up.
I saw some best 22 teams and Heppel wasn't in there, and I felt like commenting saying, you're forgetting Heppel, guys, but... I'm not an Essendon supporter, so maybe they know something I don't.
Maybe they do. No, well, look, Heppel's in the best 22. But now, based on where he is, where is he? He's like, he was in the midfield last year. Now he's back in the defence because when I got him for 200,000, we could have got him for 200,000, and he played defence, and he just
averaged and he was given
he averaged me 95. He ended up staying in my team for a while, which was a pretty good pick for me. Did you pick him up? Yeah. He's 4.81 in the back line.
Ooh.
In 0.4% of teams, and by all means, those 0.4 need to, use your brain, not your heart. If you break for Essendon and picked him, still
don't touch.
Just don't touch.
You don't touch him. Let's not harp about it, guys. We're not going to get Dyson Heppel, and neither should you. If you tell your friends, don't get him. And ladder positioning, Chan. Now this is an interesting one. I don't know if you predicted just based on how bad you think they are, but I got them at 11th.
I got him at 13th. Obviously, they're behind Carlton and Essendon for me. Carlton and Collingwood.
I got them, kind of around Collingwood, Carlton, and Essendon around the same thing. I think I got Collingwood 9th, Carlton 10th, Essendon 11th, and I think that's subject to a couple of points, maybe one game, maybe one win, and that could be very well.
I think the reason why I got them back at the low end of the 13 is probably a good point you made as far as gelling to the new coach's team. Like we all know, Craig Craig McRae did for Collingwood, and a coach that didn't win the grand final still got the Coach's Medal award, and all due respect, he deserved it. Brad Scott's been in the system as now the new Essendon coach for a while and knows what a real beating can take by coaching North Melbourne for all those years of them doing crap. You know what I mean? I just don't know, like, was he ever a good coach to
Who? The Brad Scott?
Yeah.
Well, it's got to be in the DNA. At least he looks like a premiership winning coach.
Yeah, I saw that meme. At least he looks like a premiership coach. But, yeah, I don't know what he can do.
Well, we'll see. Mate.
It's yet to be seen.
Like him and Chris Scott, they're brothers. Obviously, they're going to... Surely Chris is like showing him some of the playbook.
No. Well, what he is, that's...
But, like, they're brothers.
Champ, if I had a number one Supercoach team, you expect...
We're showing each other our Supercoach team. But I shouldn't. You're right.
You're right.
My secrets.
Exactly.
All
but
right.
Anyway, so who knows? I got on place at 13th. You're saying...
I got 11th. I think they could even do a bit better.
I just think there's so many other teams better than that coming up. I
just think they've got a lot of things. If they got a lot of ingredients, as you said, to make it all make it a nice apple pie. And if they make that nice apple pie, they could finish 8th, 7th.
They'll be getting the piece of the pie.
And they've got a really good run, especially early. And that's going to be very important. It could give them confidence after they win their first maybe 4 or 6 games, which I think they will. And
or would they die off like Carlton did?
They could, but Carlton's Carlton. There's no other team like Carlton.
No other team like Carlton. Go the Blues.
The boys.
This is about the Bombers, so go the Bombers. Zach Merritt's a primo. There's about 4 to 10 breakout players, I think.
When's the Bombers bye?
Bombers bye is...
I think it's pretty sure it's the busy bye with Laird and Clayton and Oliver and Tom Mitchell. So there has the third bye with where it's really busy. That's why it's hard to get some of these premiums from Essendon, because it's literally the busiest bye. It's the time where all the most popular big players like the Olivers, Petrarcas, all have the bye. So I already know.
You already know? You reckon it's round 14?
Yeah.
It is.
I know.
With Oliver and Collingwood and
with
Oliver.
That's exactly what I said, champ.
Let's get this Zach Merritt out of my team, even though I really want him in there. It actually looks good.
Yeah, it'll be real good, especially the first 5 games when you just see this. Someone from Supercoach Masters, please get Zach Merritt so we can see one of you boys with SCM at the top of the thing. If you don't have the league code, and if you haven't sent me a picture of you liking and subscribing to our platforms, do it. We also have it on Spotify for the guys for the long drives. And we are out, champ. We're out.
Done. I'm ready for bed.
I'm ready for some KFC chicken.
KFC chicken wings. Ooh,
yeah. All right, guys.
Finger looking good. I'm out of here.
I'm out. See yous.